Greetings, Fright fans. Dr. Gangrene here. Wanted to talk to you guys real quick about another horror hero who we lost this week, the one and only Basil Gogos. Now, Basil was probably one of the biggest influences on the monster kid generation. Those of us who grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, like myself, and even all the way up to today, there's probably not many bigger influences than Basil Gogos and his awesome covers for Famous Monsters magazine. He had an art style that was instantly recognizable. He brought those moldy old monsters and movies back from forgotten status and brought them back to life with the vibrancy and especially use of colors. He was a master of the use of colors. You look at his artwork and you see those reds and blues and greens and golds highlighting the monsters in this weird psychedelic way that just really worked. It brought the monsters to life and it made Famous Monsters stand out from all the other monster magazines on the shelves, because there were others at the time, but none of them had Basil Gogos on the cover, and that's you know, the legacy that he will leave, especially, is those covers. He did a lot of other work. He did work in men's magazines and pulps before this, but he came to America and he started working for James Warren and Forey Ackerman and Famous Monsters, and the rest is history. He obviously had a love of horror, and you know, he expressed that in his art. Nobody could paint images with the kind of feeling and energy that Basil Gogos did. He is often imitated, but never duplicated. And you hear that said a lot, often imitated, never duplicated. In this case, it is definitely true. Basil inspired a legion of artists to follow in his wake and pick up a paintbrush or a pen or a pencil and try to create monsters themselves. He definitely inspired, just like the Ramones inspired bands everywhere they went to pick up guitars and start playing rock and roll music. Basil Gogos was the Ramones of horror, of the horror industry, for sure, when it comes to art. You know, like I said, he passed away just a couple of days ago, and I was fortunate to meet the guy several times. I interviewed him on my show. He was always friendly, always a blast to be around, and always very appreciative of the fans. So I'm going to play my interview with him after this, so I hope you guys enjoy that, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about come through in that interview. So this is Dr. Gangrene saying thank you, Basil, for all the awesome art, all the awesome images that all of us monster kids stared at for hours and hours. All right, Fright fans, I am here with the amazing Basil Gogos. How you doing, Basil?
Nothing less but amazing. Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Basil is the king of horror art. When it comes to drawing a painting and drawing monsters, you're the man.
Oh, love to hear it. Keep it going. Love to hear it. We're here and loving it. I think it's a beautiful show. The people are just a cut above average, and I love just meeting them and being here again. Not to be redundant, it's a joy.
Right. Well, you came last year also. You were a guest last year. So tell my viewers a little bit, how'd you get started doing this in the beginning?
It was a pure accident that got Jim Warren and myself together, and it started a romance that lasted 30 years. And I'm still doing them, and I love doing horror. I love the genre. It's exciting. I love the color that is involved in it, and even the black and white is just shockingly attractive.
Right.
The whole thing, I find the whole thing attractive.
Well, I mean, one thing in particular is your use of color is unlike any other art. And as a matter of fact, I see a lot of artists imitate your use of color, particularly in the backgrounds of your monsters, but in the shading of faces, the whole thing. I mean, you're the guy that made the way monsters look the way that everyone thinks they should be portrayed.
Well, it's a compliment that other people have tried to copy my style. It's hard to do for one reason. First of all, I can't even copy myself, but for the other reason, which is important, is that every painting that I do is different from every painting I did before, and it's not like leaving a trail behind me. It's just that it's a new adventure every day, so everything I do is different.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite subject of everything you've painted?
Oh yes, I love. Of course, I love Karloff and the Cheneys, and I love Bela Lugosi. I like The Creature, and as a matter of fact, there's so many. Hard to choose.
Right. So how'd you, back in the beginning, did you go to art school?
Oh yes, I went to art school for 12 years. Just art school, which is enough time to become a doctor.
You went to art school for 12 years?
Doctor of Horror, yes.
Yeah, Doctor of Horror. I like this. I like that title. And then you went on to, well, when you first started, did you do other illustrations besides the monster illustrations?
I have done all kinds of illustrating. I have done the Gothics. I have done war, adventure, westerns, boy and girl, and a lot of editorial illustrating. Maybe perhaps some 500 to 600 illustrations.
And then what medium do you use? Are you acrylic or are you oils usually?
I use acrylics for clarity and detail, and I use oils for more depth and a different kind of a drama.
They have a rich color.
Rich, and I use every medium known to man, and each one has its own merits. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, once again, tremendous work, Basil. You're the best. And from Chiller Cinema, we just want to say thank you for years and years of famous monster paintings.
Thank you all. It was beautiful.
Oh, before we go, where can my viewers come find you on the internet? Do you have a website?
Yeah, I have it right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's www.basilgogos.com. And you can look up my work there, and hopefully you like it.
And you can come buy prints from him. So everybody go pick you up a Basil Gogos
come
print.
By and buy a print. Yes, please.
Support this man because he is the master.
Thank you.
Thank you.